في خدمات المواصلات عالية الجودة وعالية الكثافة جدا. عطل ال 10% ده علشان هو هيجي على آخر السنة ويقف، مش هيبقى تكليف، فهخلص من 10%.
يا أهلا وسهلا بحضرتك وبالإخوة اللي موجودين معاك. في أسئلة جاهزة وموجودة لسيادتك، يعني أكثر الأسئلة العويصة بالنسبة لنا أسئلة الIOM واللجوء من ناحية اللاجئين غير كده.
2020 selectees that are tuning in, I assume that
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
How you doing? I'm good. How you doing, Mr. Just? As you know, I'm Sahir. Which everybody's tuning in now. I told them since yesterday that we got to start talking about the new litigations. أهلا بكم سادتي وسيداتي في الوطن العربي الكبير من المحيط إلى الخليج. نبدأ حوارنا معكم ببسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، وصلاة وسلاما على أشرف الخلق أجمعين، سيدنا وحبيبنا ونبينا مصطفى عليه صلوات الله إلى يوم الدين. معنا اليوم المحامي الشهير جيسي بليس، مهندس ومحامي قضية جوميز، وهو مع لو فيرم، يعني شغال في ضمن كيان قانوني بيقيموا دعوة جديدة لDV 2022. سندع الحوار الآن للسيد المحامي ليعرفكم على نفسه. Now it's time for you to introduce yourself to the audience. And just to let you know, now we are on Facebook and my page, and on YouTube as well. Some questions going to be in Arabic, some in English. I'll do my best to translate what you want to tell the people. So, all yours.
Well, thank you very much. And Sahir, it's we don't know each other well, but I appreciate you for the invitation today. I want to say first and foremost that I have 3 small children and a wife. I reside in Boston, Massachusetts, where I was raised. I used to work for the Department of Justice for a long time. I know a lot of people have questions about the government, and if I join a lawsuit, I'll get retaliated against. And let me just say first and foremost, I've never seen that happen, and I would never let that happen to a client of mine. One of the benefits that I have from my experience is having the relationships at the government level. But I know that a lot of people are hesitant or fearful about joining lawsuits. And if it's right for you, I don't think that fear should be out there. I hope I can give you some honest advice today. I will absolutely 100% always do that. And one of the things.
Can I say that first?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. سيداتي سيداتي وسادتي، المحامي جيسي بليس يعرفكم على نفسه أولا، ويقول أنه عمل في Department of Justice، عمل في وزارة العدل الأمريكية، وهو أب ل3 أبناء، متزوج وأب ل3 أبناء، ودخل في الحديث مباشرة ويقول أنه له خلفية وباع طويل في العمل لدى الحكومة ووزارة الخارجية، ويعرف تماما موضوع التقاضي، ويقول هو يعلم جيدا أنه يدور بينكم أحاديث مثل retaliation، وأن الحكومة قد تقتص منكم أو تنتقم منكم لمجرد أنكم قضيتم الحكومة، وهو يقول هذا لا يحدث في أمريكا، وخبرته الشخصية أن هذا شيء شبه مستحيل. Yours, sir. Go ahead.
Well, I just want to tell everyone out there, whether they're seeking an immigrant visa, diversity visa, whether they're here in the United States or not, I've used litigation as a tool to help clients, and I don't need to sell anything for me or for the law firm where I work. I hope to really just provide a service for you and Sahir today, and let you ask questions and let me answer them, because everybody deserves honest information, and that's really what I want to do today.
Okay, so بيرحب بحضراتكم. هو ليس هنا ليبيع شيء لكم ولا ليبيع شيء للمكتب الذي يعمل فيه، ولكن هو هنا اليوم ليعرفكم على القضية ويعرفكم على ما يحدث ويرد على أسئلتكم كما ينبغي. و now we have a question already, and that's really good. So محمد, شكرا على سؤالك يا محمد. محمد تسأل now. محمد is asking, what is the harm, the basic harm that happens so we have litigation, and if the judge will recognize that, how are you going to convince the judge with this? So she's really talking about the argument.
Oh yeah. So if we're talking about, the diversity visa program and how it's running this year, we know that they've only really issued 300 visas, and we're way more than a quarter of the way through the year. So I think the harm is pretty much speaks for itself. They're not going to do what they're supposed to do. They're at a pace for all other immigrant categories that is back to pre-pandemic levels, and yet for this program, they're not running it properly. One of the benefits of being on the Gomez class action and representing everyone who is a member of our class is we kind of know what the government is up to, and it's not a lot. And there's a judge now. I mean, there's going to be a judge who is going to ask some very difficult questions, and I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't believe in it. And I'm taking on clients. I got to be honest with you. I treat every client like a family member. It's something I believe in. So I can't really predict what a judge is going to do. I know what I'm going to do, and I have a pretty good track record of winning, and that's what I intend to do. But it's not a class action, right? It's really just for a small group that I'm going to represent.
Okay. محمد الإجابة أتت من المحامي جيسي بليس. هو أنه هناك فقط أقل من 300 تأشيرة. الضرر وقع بالفعل، ضياع ربع السنة ولم نتحصل سوى على 300 تأشيرة. الضرر ثابت وواقع ولا ينكره أحد. لابد أن هناك قاض يرى ذلك، ولا بد أن الكل يرى ذلك بأعينهم. بخبرة المحامي جيسي بليس في قضية جوميز، فهو متيقن من صحة موقفه. ينبه أيضا أن القضية لن تكون كلاس أكشن. هو ليس هنا ليرفع قضية كلاس أكشن، هو عنده مدعين بالفعل، ولكن جاء ليعرفكم على ما يقوم به وما يحدث. ربما تستفيدون في المستقبل. المحامي جيسي بليس يرفع قضية لعدد محدود من الناس. كنا نتكلم أمس عن من حدود 200 إلى 300. يتكلم عن ذلك. هو يقول هو لا يعرف كيف سيتكلم القاضي، ولكن هو يعرف عن نفسه أنه يعامل أي موكل like a family member. يعني كل موكل بالنسبة لجيسي بليس لجيسي بليس هو كفرد من أفراد الأسرة. Now let's see if there's another question, or we go ahead and introduce more about it. They welcome you as well.
Oh, thank you.
She said that it's going well. They don't have to send the documents, but it's still miserable, she said.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
There's no question about it. I mean, this is something I'm very familiar with. I've lived through this program while I was at the American Immigration Lawyers Association, and I've been living it very much since then. I've never stopped. So no, I understand exactly the difficulty and the solution. And the solution, I just want to make clear for everyone out there, one of the things I want to make plain is, we need to do it differently this year. We don't want to be in a situation where we're asking for a reservation of visas, right? And I've lived that life in September, right? We're right up against a deadline and we ask people, hey, we need these visas, reserve them. That's not where we want to be. We want to get this taken care of for you and for your families before then. And that's why time is of the essence.
اوكي. المحامي جيسي بليس بيقول انه متيقن تماما مما يحدث، زي ما اشتكت محمد من الوضع، ويقول هو لا ينتظر لحفظ تأشيرات، هو لن ينتظر لنهاية السنة لحفظ تأشيرات، هو بنى أو يبني قضيته على طلب المقابلات وطلب حقكم الآن قبل فوات الأوان. عاش في اللوتري وعاش في الهجرة العشوائية diversity visa منذ أن كان موظفا في الوزارة حتى اليوم، وهو يعرف تماما القواعد، وهذه السنة لن ينتظر لحجز تأشيرات، إما تأخذوها بعد ذلك أم لا تأخذوها. سيقاتل في ساحة المحكمة يعني من أجل الوصول إلى حل قبل 30 سبتمبر وليس بعد سبتمبر. Now what we're building if it doesn't affect your strategy and your work, if we can tell the audience how what we're going to ask the judge to.
Yeah,
what is going to happen? What are we saying to the judge?
Yeah, we're going to say a couple things. I mean, we're going to point out the facts that are very damaging. The failure to reassign cases, the inflexibility, the pace that they're on is simply unacceptable. But what we're asking for our clients is interviews, right? We want to get the client what they want. If you have a current visa, you need to get an interview, and that's where we're going. And that's why, I firmly believe in my strategy and negotiating, because I'm going to go to the government and say, if you take care of my people, I'll leave you alone. And if I represent 300 people, which is where I'm going to cap our lawsuit on, I will absolutely 100% walk away if they say, we'll take care and schedule all your plaintiffs for interviews. And they may do that. I can't guarantee that, but I'm going to ask for that. And I know who they are, and I have good relationships, and it's part of my strategy. So part of my strategy, actually, to answer your question, is never to go before a judge. It's to go to the government first and say, hey, take care of my people, do the right thing. Let's get on with it.
That's like new thing for my audience. سادتي وسيداتي، المحامي جيسي بليس يقول هو لن يبني خطته على فقط أنه سيذهب أمام القاضي ويطلب منه الانترفيو، بل أنه سيحاول أولا أخذ الموضوع إلى الحكومة وطلب تصفية الموضوع مباشرة حتى قبل الوصول إلى القاضي. لو وصل إلى ذلك وأعطته الحكومة ما يطلبه من التأشيرات، أو مش التأشيرات، الانترفيوز، فسيدعهم لشأنهم، وإلا سيأخذهم إلى القاضي، وهو واثق من يعني حجته وواثق من مشكلته، وله باع في ذلك كما قلنا. Jens, you should need to fight for a fiscal year to be opened like family immigration visa. Well, that's law. I don't think we can do that. What do you say to this, sir?
Well, I mean,
Those
you know,
rip us.
that would be a congressional fix, but you know, that's the other benefit of litigation, though, is you know, it does shed a very big light on their failure to have kind of meet this deadline of September 30th and then have it go away. So, you know, I can't see a judge doing that, but for every litigation that we bring, I mean, it does expose the problems with the diversity visa program for sure.
هو المحامي يقول يا سيد يا الحريشي، يقول هذه مشكلة للبرلمان، للسلطة التشريعية، من يضع التشريعات، وهذا مكسب من مكاسب القضايا أنها توجه الضوء على ما نحتاجه في أمريكا من قوانين وتعديل لقوانين كي تغطي تلك المناحي. Sir, now they're talking about how a person can participate in this. Mr. Commercial Register, that's his name, is asking how much it would cost.
Yeah, so our firm set a price, and so we're going to cap it at about 300 people. We're not going to take on more than that. We set it at a flat fee of $21.80. Now, I want to explain what that covers and what it doesn't cover. So that covers any appeal, our case until our clients get the interviews, and a FOIA litigation. Now, what's a FOIA litigation? Well, that's under the Freedom of Information Act, and we're going to request the government to go and retrieve every one of our clients' records. They don't like to do that, and they don't like to meet the deadline. And if they don't meet the deadline, we can actually amend our complaint and add in that FOIA violation. Now you say, well, why fight that? I only want my interview. Well, guess what? The government doesn't like doing work, and it helps us settle the case maybe, right? And so if they say, hey, we don't want to get the records for that person, we'll just give them an interview because it's easier, we win. You know, and I need to make this clear because and others who've heard me talk say this. I only move in a position that gets me better and closer to a win. I only care about winning. If I can win, I'm good. If it doesn't help me win, I don't want to do it. I'm not going to go bug anyone. I don't want to waste time. I only want to move towards our goal and that piece of FOIA litigation. But I do want you to know that, you know, we can't have, you know, split fees or contingent. It's really just everyone's going to get the same rate, same price, same wherever you are. Okay.
Okay. المحامي جيسي بليس بيقول لحضراتكم وردا على السؤال، الطريقة ستكون لاحقا عبارة عن لينك رابط ستدخل عليه وتدفع بنفسك. سيد سباس بيقول هنا لحضراتكم أن التكلفة $2180 تسدد مقدما، ليس هناك دفع آجل، ليس هناك تخفيض لشخص عن شخص، الكل يدفع بنفس الطريقة، بنفس الوسيلة، بنفس الثمن. السيد جيسي بليس بيقول هنا أنه سيذهب إلى مقاضاة وطلب من الحكومة استخراج كل بيانات الأشخاص عن كل واحد. كل فرد من الأشخاص ستستخرج الحكومة بياناته وكل ما موجود من معلومات عنه، وسيلزم الحكومة بعرض ذلك أمام القاضي إن طلب الأمر. والطريقة التي سيقاضي بها الحكومة ستجعل الحكومة إن لم تضع كل مدعيه، كل بيانات مدعيه وسجلاتهم أمام القاضي، ستعتبر الحكومة قانونا خسرت مباشرة بدون أي شيء. هو إذا لم يقتنع إذا لم يكن مقتنع بسلامة موقفه لم يكن ليرفع القضية. He's asking also about how he gonna pay.
Yeah. So again, I'm the litigator. I'm the lawyer. I'm not the payment.
Is there
people,
a link?
But yeah, so I put it in the chat. You sign up and you pay. You can pay by Stripe, LawPay, Wire. I haven't seen anyone have a problem with that. So take a look if it's something that you're interested in. And if there's a payment issue, I can take care of it. I will take care of it. I think we're going to close onboarding, correct me if I'm wrong, no later than the 24th or 25th of January, or until we have the cap on the number. And we may be close. I haven't checked, to be honest. I don't know.
المحامي جيسي سميث يقول لحضراتكم هذا هو رابط القضية. بنحط الرابط ليكم في آخر تعليق أهو. ده رابط القضية. تقدر تخش على الرابط حضرتك وحضرته للسداد. القضية ستكون 300 مدعي فقط. قد يكون اكتمل العدد قبل أن تضغط على القضية. كل شيء عن القضية موجود على الرابط واللينك الذي أرسلت. I just put the link for them right there.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yeah, I can even put it here. Here, this is the link for the lawsuit for Mr. Justice.
You just have to put the password in.
The password.
Yeah, there's we protect it so that it's a DV22 delay.
Right in Arabic again. DV22. وده زي ما حضراتكم هتشوفوا هو الباسورد اهو زي ما انتم شايفين كده. وادي الرقم الرابط. وهتلاقوا كده هتلاقوا الرابط في اخر كومنت هنا بالطريقة اللي شايفينها حضراتكم. نشوف تاني بالنسبة. Oh, he's asking, that's a good question. So he has a family of 3 members.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same price?
Yes.
So the same fees, let's say. It's not a price. فعلا يا أخ أنصاري الرسوم عبارة عن $2180 إذا كنت أعزب. إذا كنت متزوج $2180. أما إذا كان عندك أطفال فهي $2180 لكم كلكم. حتى لو كان عندك 10 أطفال فلا زلت ستدفع فقط $2180 بنفس الوضع. Question: Is there any conditions like if his case from here to there?
I mean, we set out a questionnaire. We want to make sure that everyone understands that you're not going to be able to have success unless you're current or soon to be current for a visa. I mean, to get an interview, you need to have a current visa. And so you want to take a look at that. You want to make sure you submitted all your documents and you don't have anything that's going to disqualify you. Okay. But take a look. We kind of put it all up there in front. So We don't want you to be misinformed. So take a look at the page, and you should have answers to all your questions.
في questionnaire على الصفحة وعلى الرابط اللي حضراتكم هتشوفوه ده، الرابط الأخير ده في questionnaire، يعني في شوية أسئلة هتقدر تعرف منها إذا كنت تطابق للشروط أم لا. فإذا كان رقمك بعيد فمش هينفع تلتحق بالقضية دي، ربما قضية أخرى. إنما العدد هنا محدود بحوالي 300، وهناك قائمة معينة لازم رقمك يكون أقل منها، أو يكون رقمك current، والأفضل أن يكون رقمك current وما إلى ذلك. يعني يا إما current يا إما قريبا لأن تكون current، علشان يقدر يدخل المحكمة ويطالب بحق حضرتك. وبذلك that's another good question. This question gave me a headache from 2020 to 2021 and now. And this here is the question. The questions say, do you guarantee winning?
No, I never have. Nope. I guarantee effort. That's what I do.
أستاذ سليم الكبيش الحجاجي، أهلا وسهلا بيك. سؤال جميل. الأستاذ سليم الكبيش الحجاجي بيسأل: هل مضمون كسب القضية؟ ليس في أمريكا قضية مضمونة، ليس في أمريكا قضية إلا 50% و50%، نص نجاح ونص خسارة. ليس في أمريكا ما يقال عنه كسب مضمون، وإلا يعتبر قضاء فاسد. إذا كان قضية مضمونة لن تصل للقاضي، لن تصل للقاضي إلا في الأنظمة الفاسدة. هو كان guarantee effort، يعني يقدر يضمن لحضرتك شغله، هو هيشتغل ازاي على القضية، انما يضمن ان القضية تكسب. مفيش محامي في امريكا يضمن ان القضية تكسب. Sorry, I had to answer that in full. The way they understand it. هل بالنسبة للباسورد ده على الصفحة ولا الرابط ما هو؟ He's asking about the password. يا أنصاري، الصفحة دي هيطلب منك جوه الصفحة، هيطلب منك باسورد، هتكتب DV22 delay. السلام عليكم. هل تضمن القضية؟ هل سيتم إرجاع؟ Is there any refund? He's asking.
Yeah, there's a sliding scale. So if you get your, I think we have 2 cutoffs for refunds. So if you're interviewed right away, or within 14 or 28 days, there's a refund policy that's written right there, so you know that you can see it and judge for yourself. I don't remember the numbers right off the top of my head.
بالنسبة سؤال جميل جدا من الأستاذ حساب تجاري. بيقول هل في ريفاند؟ هل سترجع أموال؟ هناك نسبة من الأموال ترجع إذا كان بعد 14 يوم، وهناك نسبة أقل إذا كان إرجاع الفلوس بعد إرجاع المصروفات بعد 28 يوم. ولو جالك الانترفيو في خلال 14 يوم هيكون في نسبة من الأموال هترجع لك. لو جالك الانترفيو قبل نهاية 28 يوم نسبة أخرى. لو سمحت راجع الصفحة وهتعرف الحالة ازاي. اما في حالة الخسارة, what if you lose? Is there any refund if they lose the case?
No, I mean, no, but it does raise a good question. So people need to understand, where did you come up with this fee, right? Where did you come up with this fee? We actually took a very scientific look at what it would cost us to take on this with our staff and do the work. And so if you think about like a restaurant, right? You're asking us to give you, right, a meal, let's say, right? Put in work and we'll pay for it. So we've judged this by the work it's going to take to give you what you pay for, which is our service, which is our effort. So there's no refund if we're not successful. That's with all litigation. We kind of don't make it contingent on success.
المصروفات في حالة الخسارة، المصروفات لا ترجع. المصروفات فقط التي ترجع هي في حالة أنك في خلال 14 يوم من رفع القضية وصلك موعد، فسيرد لك جزء كبير من مبلغك. إذا في خلال 28 يوم حدد لك موعد، فسيتم إرجاع مبلغ أقل شوية من اللي ب 14 يوم. لكن هنا الريفند في حالة الخسارة مش موجود. بيقول كمان إحنا إزاي بنينا الفيز. Where did we come with the number؟ بنوها على scientific base، درسوها علميا وحسابيا. الأموال دي سيتم صرفها بالكامل على مساعديه، والأموال ستخصص إداريا والمصروفات اللي تدفع في المحكمة. This is another very good question. As you know that in Sudan there's no as I say always, it's like autopilot. The embassy, the consul in Sudan, in Khartoum, Sudan, it's just like autopilot. The lights are on and no one home. She's asking her sister, case number is 19,000. What could happen in this case? She's 2022. How would let me ask now, how would this lawsuit help her with an inactive embassy like Baghdad, like Kabul, like Sudan, Syria, Libya? Libya, they transfer automatically, but Syria is another problem. Baghdad, recently they solved the problem. But with your lawsuit, how this case can help her? Sudan, Africa, 2022, 19,000. Yes.
Yeah. So if you have a current visa and you're eligible for the interview and you're willing to be reassigned, that's our job. Our job is to attack the embassy who have, there are some, Kathmandu or Sudan, they're doing 0 interviews, 0.
Kathmandu is the same, yes.
Yeah, doing 0, right? And it throws off the numbers for everyone. And so my job as your legal representative is to go to either the government or the judge and say, these are where we're willing to go, these consulates, but we need an interview and you're going to give us one. And,
Question.
Yeah.
Does this mean they will sign a G28?
We won't sign a G28 but if you have an interview, I will personally right now tell you, I will help you with prep. Like if there are issues, if something happens, I can't work on medicals and do everything. I can't be there at the interview. But I don't know if we're going to go so far as file G28s, but our litigation is focused primarily on get you that interview. Anything after that, there's so many circumstances that I don't want to make promises I can't keep. Okay. But to answer the specific question, if you have a lights on, nobody home consulate, we're going right after those embassies for the plaintiffs we have. And so that we know people are willing to go, and be reassigned. That's absolutely 100% part of our suit.
Good. الأخت فاطمة صديق، المحامي جيسي بليس، بيطمن حضراتكم. هو شغلته ان هو يلاحق مثل هذه الحالات. بالنسبة مثلا لو افترضنا ان حضرتك اللي بالحالة 19,000 الخرطوم هو سيمثلك قانونيا، ومتى كنت كيرنت هو سيلاحق الحكومة لإيجاد حل لحضرتك، إما تقابلي في السودان أو تقابلي في دولة أخرى، وسيكون التواصل بينه وبين حضرتك مباشرة كمدعية إذا كنت أنت أو أختك أو غير حضراتكم. سيقوم بتمثيل كل مدعي على حدة سألته هنا الناس هتمضي جي 28 أم لا، يعني تمثيل كامل. فقال ده لسه ما حددوش موضوع جي 28 أم لا، لكن لو تم تحديد موعد لك فهو سيكون معك على الخط وسيساعدك في تحضير كل شيء من أجل هذا الموعد، ولن يدعك وحدك بعد ذلك. زي ما قال إنه بيعامل كل واحد زي ما يكون واحد من العائلة. Now, are you done with this question? You want to say anything else before we move to the next question?
Unless there's a follow-up, I'm good.
Okay. May we know the fees? Yes, we said the fees are $2,180. So it's $2,180 $. أبو سيلينا، أنا رقمي 19,000، شو أعمل؟ يا أبو سيلينا، زي ما قلنا لحضرتك اللينك موجود في اللينك في آخر كومنت، آخر كومنت فيه اللينك أهو، دوس عليه وخش شوف كل شيء يا أبو سيلينا. ولما تقول 19,000 تقول 19,000 19,000 AS or AF, that would help. Can we just hinge for a little bit on 2020 and Gomez?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So now اخواننا اللي معانا من 2020 زي ما احنا عارفين المحامي جيسي بليس هو مهندس قضية جوميز، وهنبتدي نسأله سؤالين عن 2020 وقضية جوميز. كيف ترى مستقبل القضية وما الجديد؟ 2020 Gomez. Sir, now we're asking how would it go? How you see the future of let me take this off first. How you see the future of 2020 and Gomez litigations, and since you're the best who we can ask about Gomez.
Well, I think what we know now is that the government has filed a note of appeal, but they've also admitted that they don't have the authority to actually go forward with the appeal. To do so, they actually have to get approval from the Solicitor General. The Solicitor General pretty much stands on top of the Attorney General, and that they decide all those weighty appeal issues. So right now, in terms of the appeal, we don't know, but they haven't gotten approval yet. Do you want me to pause there?
Yeah.
So, because I can also go into what we also learned the other day, which is they're not planning on going forward and processing the 9,095 visas until April at the earliest. And here's the kicker. The reason that there's doing that, so they say, is because they're moving so fast with 2022. So,
how fast is that? That's
they got 300 cases, right? So
yeah, turtle fast.
It would be funny if it wasn't so tragic, because, and here's the difference, and here's my theory kind of to tie both lawsuits together. Even though our legal team won for the class and won about 25,000 visas, there's still a lot that will never be issued. And I don't like that. So that's why for this year, I'm going to act early. I'm going to act when I think I can win. And number two, I'm going to take our group, our family, right, our lawsuit, and I want to make sure that every single person who works with me wins. And I couldn't do that in 2020 because we know that people didn't get visas, right? They're never going to reach 40,000.
Okay. بالنسبة ل 2020 يقول المحامي جيسي بليس: كما تعلمون أن الحكومة قدمت طلبا للطعن، لم تقدم طعن بل قدمت طلبا للطعن، وهناك فرق هناك فرق بأنهم يقدموا الطعن فعليا. فاكرين الورقة اللي قلت لكم عليهم؟ أيوة أنا هطعن. تطعن فين؟ في مذكرة. ما حصلش لحد دلوقتي. ويختص بذلك السلاسلي attorney، وهو المحامي اللي فوق كل المحامي، عام عن كل الأماكن وكل القطاعات، وهو الوحيد الذي يثمن ويزن ويعاير إذا كان الطعن سيربح أم لا، وهو الذي يستخرج الأموال للصرف على ذلك. حتى الآن المحامي الأعلى لم يوافق على الطعن ولم يصدر أي قرار بالطعن ولم يقتنع بالطعن. هذا يأخذ المحامي جيسي بليس هنا ويقول سيأخذ من جوميز علشان يحط على 2022. هم لما قالوا كده رجعوا طلبوا مهلة علشان يصدروا في ابريل، شهر ابريل. فطب ليه ابريل؟ قال علشان احنا مشغولين ب 2022، عايزين نسرع في 2022. طيب فين التسريع لما انت ما عملتش غير 300 تأشيرة 300 فيزاز so far؟ فقلنا دي سرعة السلحفاة السبيد، و يعني هيعتمد على جزء من 2020 وخبرته في 2020 في انه يكسب قضيه 2022، وهو يعامل كل المدعين كجزء من العائله وسيمر معكم بكل ما يحدث. Is there anything more you want to talk about 2020?
Well, I think for those that are still waiting for visas from 2020, I mean, it's been a day, hasn't it? I mean, it's way, way too long. And I think for those of you on the call who are in this year's 2022 class, I mean, God willing, you do not want to. Yes, it's great to get a reserved visa, but again, part of the reason we want to do this is we don't want you 3 years from now waiting, right? And having to go through this. It's really unfortunate. I mean, it's like we won, but we haven't really feel like
you
we
still consider it winning, huh?
Well, I mean, for Gomez,
yeah.
Well, let me tell you why Gomez won.
I know. Oh. I just want them to know.
No. Yeah, I know, and we will win. Okay, I have absolutely no problem about saying that.
Actually, I think we won already, but I just want to tell them.
Well, here's why. Before Gomez, our team brought that lawsuit. They had done 11,000 visas. This was September when we filed. In the month of September alone, they did 7,000 more.
I was there.
Yeah.
I was there.
Oh, yes. Right. So we did 7,000 more. And then when those visas expired, because the people could not enter the United States, we got them to another 6 months of reissuance. And then on top of that, we got another 9,095 reserved. So yeah, no, I mean, there's no doubt about it. What was happening then, they were never, ever intending to process any visas past what they had done. And so, no, it is a win. It is a win because we have plenty of people who've already come into this country, especially our class representatives who've been here for a year and a half now.
السيد جيسي بليس يعرج أيضا على قضية 2020 جوميز، ويقول عند رفع هذه القضية هو كان يحس بكل الناس كما يحس بهم اليوم الناس المنتظرين ال 9095 تأشيرة. بيقول لكم الكلام ده كان امبارح، صح؟ بمعنى ان الكلام ده عدى عليه كلام يعني وقت كتير جدا، لذلك هو مش عايز 2022 يتعرضوا لنفس المشكلة. رجعت وقلت له هل تعد جوميز نصرا؟ فقال نعم، جوميز انتصرت بالفعل، وهقول لك ليه. لان احنا اخذنا 9095 تأشيرة، غير 9095 تأشيرة اخذنا 7000 تأشيرة في شهر واحد، ثم رجعنا ومدينا شوية تأشيرات، حوالي 800 وشوية تأشيرة في شهر فبراير الماضي. نعم جوميز كسبت، نعم جوميز أخذت 7,000 و9,000 حوالي 17,000 تأشيرة، ما يقارب 17,000 تأشيرة أو 16,000 تأشيرة في قضية جوميز وحدها، وهو حس بكل الناس حتى اللي كسبوا في الكلاس أكشن اللي موجودين في أمريكا. 7,000 لم يكونوا من ضمن المدعين ولكنهم استفادوا من الكلاس أكشن. 7,000 موجودين في أمريكا بقالهم سنة ونصف. At the end, does litigation work? Because we have a lot of people that just searching for a microphone on social media so they get somebody to talk to. They just want to be famous, so they just go online to say something. So first they do is, oh, litigation won't work. Come with me. Let's make a hashtag. Come with me. Let's go fight on Twitter. So, and for them to do that, the first they want is to demolish the right. So they built the wrong idea. Mr. Charles Cook called them the glue sniffers, just to let you know. So what would we say to the people now? Does litigation work? What did litigation do in 2020, 2021, and now? And this is going to be my last question. I'm sorry.
No, it's a really good question, and I think a lot of times what happens, especially with those of the your audience members who are sitting there, they've already won a lottery, right? They've already been selected, and it's a blessing, and they're searching for answers. And I think you have to be really cautious about who you put your faith in to get you to that last step, right? You're one step away. You need that interview. Litigation has worked for me. It's worked for others. I have people, that I can point actually. Let me see if I can get, there's a picture above me over here. That is from one of our class representatives from Albania who sent me that. So it works, right?
I have two families that I got them from the airport.
Yeah.
Both are litigations. One of them is your class action. And I just had lunch with them at home an hour ago. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, and the other thing I'll say is I don't only do diversity visa litigation. I was on the health insurance proclamation that was blocking people from entering the United States. I did all the other litigation as well for the entry bans and the no visa policies. And so I've enjoyed some success. And actually in the government, I lost, and people beat me. And so, and they're here today because of that. God bless them. So, I'm a litigator, so you have to take what I say kind of with my own bias, right? This is what I do, but
and this is why you do what you do.
Yeah. But I know it works. And I believe that, especially for diversity visa applicants who have faced this deadline, you have to take and choose wisely, take all the information, try to get your emotions away from it, and make a really solid choice. The worst thing you can do, in my opinion, is wait until September 20th, go hire any lawyer you can find, and file a case. I would actually say litigation does not work in that situation. It will work though if you proceed unemotionally, make a really good choice, make sure you can trust the person, and I think it will work.
السؤال اللي سألته، هل الليجيشن، هل القضايا نجحت 2020 2021 2022؟ هل القضايا دي نجحت لأن شمامي الكلة متعاطي حبوب الشهرة اللي بيطلعوا يقولوا القضايا ما نفعتش؟ هل الناس ترفع قضايا أم الناس تروح تعمل هاشتاج وتروح تكتب على تويتر؟ أنا شرحت له الوضع بالكامل، إن في ناس بتشم كلها وتيجي تقول القضايا لا تنفع، في ناس بيقولوا الهاشتاج هو اللي بينفع، في ناس بيقولوا الشغل على تويتر. بيقول إن الصورة اللي شايفينها حضراتكم في الأعلى هي من احد المستفيدين من قضيه جوميز الكلاس اكشن في 2020 واهدى له الصوره اللي موجوده دي، صورته هو واسرته من البانيا. هناك زي ما قال منتفعين في قضية جوميز بالفعل لم يدفعوا مليم واحد في 2020 في قضية جوميز، 7000 انتفعوا منها و9500 أو 9095 في الطريق. غير أنه هو كان شغال في النو بان فيزا، في النو بان ليتيجيشن، وكان ساعتها لسه شغال في الحكومة وخسر القضية لأنه كان تبع الحكومة، ولذلك اختار أنه يبقى تبع الجانب الكسبان، وابتدى في آيلا وابتدى في جوميز، والوضع كما نراه الآن. Is there any more room for one more question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'm trying to read this. It's in English here. You can read it in English. I'll read it in Arabic. Do you think people in their case ready and currently at the consulate will receive the appointment for interview sooner? Talking about 2022 AF. Thanks a lot. الأستاذ رشيد بيسأل هنا إذا كان المحامي يظن أن الناس اللي موجودين ريدي وترانزيت ممكن لما يحصل الليتيجيشن دخلوا معاه في القضية تحصل المقابلات بتاعتهم بدري شوية. So if you got the question, do you have an answer for it?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I would think so, but we've also seen them go out of order and not follow through it. And I think it depends on many factors, a lot of known unknowns at this point. But yeah, I mean, I do believe that with that number, and if you had a consulate that was doing its work, you should, but I'm making a prediction and you have to take that kind of in stride. I'm not a soothsayer here. I can't make promises about it, but if they were doing their job,
just to let you know, from his name,
yeah,
his name appears to me and the way he's writing it, it's AF, so it's Africa, and I'm assuming he's either Morocco or Algeria.
Well, Algeria, I thought Morocco was doing better. I thought Algeria was doing not so great. So I think
that will take us to another question. Yeah. If you, sir, allow me to just take your opinion about something, I'm going to show you right now. If you allow me, refused cases are a lot in Algeria. Can we take a look on this, and if you have an opinion?
So are they in admin processing?
Yeah. No, it's not. Let me show you.
Okay. See, this is the type of stuff that interests me. This is what really gets me going.
Oh, okay. So you're on board. So let me make sure that you can see this with me.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So if you look here, this is Asia and Africa.
Yeah.
Here is Casablanca. Do I need to make it bigger? You can see it?
No, I got it.
Okay. So they got 24 cases. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
24 cases, but they got 17 refused. I know that them 17, some of them are actually AP, but the consular just put it here sometime.
Yeah. Well, the statute
too much.
Yeah, I'd like to see that data because I think it may be just the way it was categorized, because when they do put things in, there is no administrative processing. They actually, by statute, say it has to be refused, and that's in the Foreign Affairs Manual too. So I'd like to see if those maybe half or maybe more than half are in admin processing. The difficulty with admin processing for diversity visa applicants, and you know this, but I just want to let the audience know, it's not as if time doesn't keep going for you. you only have until September 30th, 2022 to unlock that from AP. And, for whatever reason, if you think it's not justified or they're just playing games, you really got to act to unlock that, because they really do. They'll freeze you out, meaning they'll just keep it in admin processing, and then October 1st comes along and it's over. It actually makes it a denial. So those are really aggravating, to be honest, because it actually should, what I would say, toll, meaning freeze everything. Yep. And the time shouldn't count against you. I've seen it happen where they'll just put it in AP and October comes around and the person's like, hey, I'm ready. Right. And it's a denial. So that's a really important point to know. But I would say, to answer your specific question, out of those 17, they can't all be refusals. Some of those have to be AP, and they just put it in that way.
Let me give you another hint. Okay.
Yeah.
Another hint. This is Algeria, where you have to have a sponsor,
which is not actually in the statute.
Well, that is the condition right there. I'm assuming just because some of them cannot find a sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you want to say about that? I mean,
well,
for me, it's not fair if it's not in the statute. And then I'm paying the price for it. This leads to a broader issue of consulates acting like they're their own government. And that's part of why it's actually so visible in the diversity visa program. So you have some consulates, if they don't want to play, they don't play. Right? If they want to impose conditions, they just make them up. And I don't want to make this a bigger case than it is for my specific clients, but I will, if a judge asks me, to go through how certain consulates play by their own set of rules. And if it makes my client have a better shot of winning, I'll let them know about that. It's not right. It's not. It's part of the flawed system that we have. And unfortunately, it hurts a lot of people. And I've gotten a lot of people out of AP. I really have. I think that is one of the most egregious policies we have. Okay. And just to help with what you just said, this is the situation on 2021 at the end of the fiscal year. It's on October 1st, 2021. And there is literally 7 AP here. And we all know that some of the refused here are actually AP.
No question.
For your theory.
Yeah, there's no question. Yeah. There is no AP, so that's why they get away with saying that it's a refusal, but it's not a refusal. It's just admin processing.
Okay. السيد جيسي بليس بيقول لحضراتكم هنا فعلا ممكن يساعد الناس ان هي تاخد المقابلات بتاعتها بدري، خصوصا الناس اللي ارقامها موجوده كيرنت زي الاخ اللي رقمه 56,000. انت رقمك كيرنت، هو كان بيتكلم عن الارقام اللي تضاربت زي اللي رقم 56,000 في افريقيا. انت رقمك كيرنت، وفي النشره هو شغلته انه يجيب لحضرتك يحاول يجيب لحضرتك بقدر الامكان الانترفيو. ده اخذنا الى موضوع الجزائر والاي بي والرفض في الجزائر. وقال المحامي جيسي بليس ان الوضع في الجزائر وضع خطير، هناك ادارات تتصرف كانها حكومه نفسها، ولان الاي بي هو وضع غير قانوني، وبل ان طلب الضامن شيء غير قانوني، لان قانون الهجرة العشوائية لم يتضمن اي كلمة عن الضامن في الجزائر مثلا. وهذا كان تعليق المحامي جيسي بليس. At the end of this, we say thank you very much for your time. Is there anything you want to tell them at the end?
No, I just want to thank everyone for their time. My time is for them. You know, it's a pleasure to serve. I'll always say that. And if I helped anyone today, then I've done my job. So thank you. And thanks for the invitation. I'll see you soon.
See you soon. سادتي وسيداتي، هذا كان رد المحامي جيسي بليس وشرحه لقضيته. الرابط عند حضراتكم وسنضعه أعلى الشاشة. بالأخير نشكر حضراتكم وإلى اللقاء. Thanks so much and have a good one, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye. أشكر حضراتكم بدوري. بعد 55 دقيقة من الآن سيكون معنا إن شاء الله المحامي تشارلز كوك، سيكون معنا على الهواء إن شاء الله، وقضيته الجديدة، وسيضع الرابط وستتحدث مباشرة معه بعد ذلك. تابعونا إن شاء الله ونحن لها. عطل 10% ده علشان هو هيجي على